Sure.
Okay, welcome. I'm very excited. We are on live on YouTube right now, live on the Krisullis Earth Matters podcast. Today, I have a very special guest. But before we get into inviting and introducing our guests to all of you, I would like to first talk a bit more about the Chrysalis. So, the Chrysalis is this energetic space that we started 3 years ago, and we were working very closely with our communities in Nigeria, centered around economic, financial literacy and empowerment, particularly for young women and uh, the youth. And we dovetailed from that because it started to open my mind, my eyes, and my heart up as I realized the potency of working with communities, particularly with our youth in Africa, because of the ambition, because of the perseverance, regardless of the amount of resource pool that was available. I saw that there was a huge willingness to do the work that was centered around a subject that I never thought I would get called into, but it looks like it called me in, it drew me in, and that's sustainability. So, over the last year and a half, the Chrysalis has been seeking to find its ground as well around sustainability, keeping education at the heart of it. And 2024 is all about the program that we are working on right now, which is 100 young African women in STEAM. STEAM being science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And this is a mini series curated to focus and shine the light on our scientists, our doctors who have said yes so willingly to facilitate this perseverance and cultivate and foster the innovation that we believe is necessary for economics to advance and to progress, not just from a perspective of countries, but also from a perspective of climate and planet Earth. And while we covered our first scientist, Navneet Bhushan, last week, reruns can be caught on YouTube. We have Dr. Kwame in the house today, and I'm going to be handing it over to you. A big warm welcome to you, Kwame. Um, and I would like to welcome you in first to ask you to share more about yourself before we unpack, more about this program.
All right. Thank you, Caroline. And it's good to be here. I'm very, I'm very happy to be here. Uh, I'm Kwame Agyire, Tettey from University of Ghana, a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana, specifically economics department. I've been in the department for the past 20 years or so, and I'm passionate about teaching the youth because I believe that they are the future and they hold our future. And you give them the best of education in the future. When you decide to go on retirement, you are not going to pay for it. At the end of the day, they will design policies that will be good for you when you are in your old age, right? So yes, I'm passionate about educating the future generation. I'm also passionate about research. I believe that research makes changes, and that when you undertake research, you have the ability to make a change in society. My research area lies largely in development. I do development economics. I'm interested in trying to improve nutritional outcome for children. I'm interested in seeing how best we can introduce curriculum that will, at the end of the day, enhance the youth's employability. Okay, so these are some of the things that I've done, and I do. So I'm very passionate about research and teaching, and I'm happy to be here, and
Such
so
an
happy to be
honor.
part of this program.
Such an honor. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Just the work that you do, and we've had offline conversations. It is, I think it's people like you who have gone ahead, which make this program all the more meaningful because you have past experience. And before
Yeah.
we get into the program, I would like to ask you, because while I've been, in the space of inclusion and working with women for the last, I would say now 10 years, particularly in this space, it's quite alarming to see that there's only 20 to about 28% of women in STEM. And this is a universal challenge that we have. And while, we are hyper curating a program to ensure that we bring in young women and encourage them to start thinking from a perspective of solutions, but also baking in and embedding perseverance, because these are all the unseen layers towards these programs, and they're very powerful. Meaning, even if there is a failure, how do we get up and we keep going? How do we look for solutions beyond what we are seeing? So, in your experience with the past, how have these programs been? Because I do know that you've been immersed in youth development, working with women. So how has it been for you? What have been some of the things that you've seen in the past?
All right. Uh, I've done a number of programs with youth and also with women specifically. One challenge that I see women tend to face is most of the times people tend to look at them and say, look, this is not your field, this is not where you need to be. But what we've tried to do is to let women know that, look, young women know, look, you have the skills to be here, and you can even do better than the male counterparts. Okay. And one thing that we've also noticed is that in my university, for example, one thing that we've noticed is that the women or the young ladies tend to outperform the males, their counterparts. And it's something that we intend trying to push ahead with that. Because at the end of the day, it's said that when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. There's no two ways about that. And it is important for us to do that. So so for example, let me give you a typical example of what we did in the north. In the northern part of Ghana, for example, we tried to see how best we can improve nutritional outcome for mothers and also children. And one thing we realize is that it is mainly male-dominated communities. And sometimes even when it is meant for the woman, the man wants to take over. But what we've tried to do is to let the women know that they are in charge of the project and the program, and they must rise to it and take up the responsibility. And it is not for the males to dominate them when it comes to that. So these are some of the things that we see when we do some of these programs.
Thank you very much for sharing that. I think that's also very relevant to the work that we're doing, primarily because uh, some of the things that I have seen from you spoke about research, and studies are showing that many women do not opt to get into these fields, and they make their decisions based on three reasons. There might be more, but the ones that have been put forward were the way they see themselves, the way they perform, and the kind of support that they receive. And to your point, because I think that's a very powerful point that you just spoke about, the last one, the last one, which is around the support being the most important reason or the driver that pushes women away from choosing to be in such projects. And I think it dovetails quite nicely because this is what we want to do. In programs like this, we want to, for everyone watching in, especially if you are a potential participant in this program with us, know that this is what we want to foster for you. We want to foster support, we want to foster mentorship, we want to
Yeah.
foster guidance, and to let you know that you belong here. You will never be pushed away, and whatever ideas you have, we want to celebrate you and your growth and be a part
Yeah.
of your journey, because your success and your milestones is our success. And
Exactly.
yes, and we are all here together. It's a very strong team. Like Dr. Kwame, we have others as well from across the world who have come together because we all believe in a mission like this, and we want to support you. So if you are thinking and you are kind of in between, because a lot of times, like we just said, we are not sure, am I worthy of something like this? Will I fail? What will happen? We are here to tell you not to worry about that. We are here together as a community, fostering the right environment for you to succeed, for you to grow, for you to lead, and come up with innovative solutions that you can be proud of, and that your family and your community can also perpetuate as a result of the learning. So
And
I'm
Caroline,
very, go ahead. Yeah.
Caroline, one thing too is even when you come in and you fail, remember we will support you. We will provide a needed support. And as a matter of fact, failure is part of life, right? You fail, you learn from it. And the most important thing is what lessons you take out of your failure and how do you move on with that. So yes, failure will be part. You can fail, but then it doesn't mean that you should stay down there. But rising and moving ahead is the most important thing. And we will be there to support.
I love it. I love that you said all that. I think it's very important for us to language this and to foster it together. And we're very excited about the outcomes of this, because really I think the substance of these programs is going to be what you take away
Yeah.
from these programs with us, and how you're able to apply it in a way that provides you sustainable solutions, whether it is in water, waste management, education, nutrition. We've got the experts like our expert right now and others coming in. So therefore, I would say make maximum use of this, optimize this opportunity, because we are here to foster it with you. Tell us more. Let's talk about the program, Kwame. If you can share more for potential students watching in, what is this program all about? What can they look forward to in your program?
Okay. What I'm looking out to do is in the midst of climate change, how can entrepreneurs take advantage of it and secure good finance for their business ideas? If you look at Ghana, for example, about 33% of the youth are unemployed, right? And it is said that also it is estimated that when one completes university, for example, in Ghana again, and it will take an average of 7 years to secure a job, a good job. So the challenge then is how do we support the youth to be able to overcome this massive unemployment among the youth? And one way of doing this is to go to be an entrepreneur. So we want to change your idea of okay, I'm going to be an employee to being an employer. Okay, so how do we do this? We're going to provide you with training in entrepreneurship. How can I set up my own business? How can I turn my business into money making opportunities? That is what we're going to do. And we're going to do this in the light of the fact that there is climate change and there are opportunities that you can take when it comes to climate financing, for example. You can take opportunities and have institutions finance your project or your business in the light of climate change and also take advantage of climate financing opportunities. And that is what we're looking out to do. And we're looking at doing this for young women. And we will run with them throughout. We'll provide them with mentorship and other form of training that to make their businesses stand on their feet.
So exciting. I have so many images and downloads that are coming through as you say this, because it, what you're talking about is so layered. and so beneficial on so many different perspectives and dimensions. One, we know that we're addressing women. Two, we are addressing climate resilience. Three, we are
Exactly.
addressing unemployment. Four, we are building a pipeline for them to change their mindset from looking for jobs to creation of jobs, which is, my God, I have goosebumps just thinking about the exponential way that this will open up, the economy, not just for them, but for their communities as well, while providing solutions. Because,
Yeah.
your program, layered with the other two doctors and scientists coming in, is so powerful, because while we have them thinking about ideas, we're building them, it's inner engineering, we're building them from the inside out. We're getting them to think, with self confidence, self faith, knowing they have a strong community, knowing they have the right mentors and experts in this program. And I'm glad that you brought up, those nuances of helping train them to know what it means to set up a business, what it means to raise funds, because these are also very essential vehicles towards their success.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So it will be interesting for uh, young women who are so much interested in setting up their own businesses. And I always say that when the woman, or research has shown that when a woman is capable of providing for the households, uh, the household's poverty tends to reduce. And in Ghana, for example, again, uh, research is showing that, look, poverty among female-headed households that has been increasing at a faster rate compared to that of male-headed households. So it is important for us to support the women, and at the end of the day, they will in turn build the households and take the households out of poverty.
I love that. These are very powerful and they're so aligned with the SDGs.
Yeah.
I've consciously made an effort to opt out of just the SDGs in this program. However, I want to be mindful because it does align, everything that we're talking about does align with the SDGs. But at the same time, I'm in parallel, I want to just bring to mind that we are localizing these solutions, which may not fully be in line with the universal approach, because I believe this has to really be meaningful for the students coming in. It's got to be, and that's really what you as an expert and the other experts are doing. Y'all are ensuring that whatever is brought in is a co-creation with the student, so that they, the solution is something to a problem that they are identifying, and that's when the need is really a lot more meaningful. And so from that space, do you have, are there any expectations, prerequisites? Because I'm quite sure there will be students wondering, who am I? Like, who should I be in order to join and register for a program? So, what would your advice to a young woman watching in be?
My advice is be a woman, one, and that is the most important part, being a young lady, and be passionate to develop your skills and grow your skills. Then also, for my program, for example, just be ready to be an entrepreneur. These are the prerequisites you need. And I believe that everyone wants to, there's no one who says, I don't want to set up my own business. We all want to set up our own business. We all want to grow our skills, develop our skills. And if you're female, you are most welcome.
I love that. I'm adding that as a banner. So, uh, be a woman. So, if you're a woman, you qualify. If you're watching in, yes, if you have passion, it's okay to have doubts, it's okay to be skeptical, we all have that in us. But if you're passionate enough to make a difference, please do sign up and be ready. So becoming an entrepreneur is what this program is going to be about, of course centered around the SDGs and climate resilience. We will be sharing the link for you to register. And I will also be tagging Dr. Kwame on LinkedIn for you to go check out more of this on my timeline as well as on his. So please watch out for that, even including here on YouTube. Um, Dr. Kwame, some final thoughts that we had talked about offline are, what are some, if you have to step back right now, what are some challenges that you have seen from the past that maybe we can keep in mind in a more intentional way regarding these kind of programs? What have been the things that we can keep in mind?
One thing is we need to make these trainings more practical. And I also believe that just training an individual in over a day or two or over a year does not necessarily make the person an expert. But then working with the person throughout for some time, for some years, mentoring the person throughout is what will make a difference. And some of these programs need to look at the mentoring aspect also. And that will enhance the individual skills or benefit the individual better.
Wonderful. I think that's very important for them to keep in mind. So if you're watching in, know that even if you know the duration of the course has ended, we should have an open sort of a door where they can come in and they can connect with this pool of experts. And as you're saying this, the image that's downloading for me is for us to grow this pool of mentors that is accessible for them in a structured way where they know that they can come and reach out maybe once a month or once in 2 months, share their progress, ask questions in a meaningful, strategic way, and be able to build and grow from there. So I'm very excited about the days to come and how this is unfolding. I truly want to thank you on behalf of all of our collaborators. Just to let you know, if you're watching in, we have communities and sustainability organizations in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Ghana, and we have mentors from these places, including Dr. Kwame, and mentors from the US and from India, who are collaborating towards welcoming you in, towards guiding and supporting you. So please, optimize this opportunity, and we would love to see you succeed and thrive and win.
And
Um,
I'll also add that the program is virtual, so you can be anywhere in the world and just log in.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I think I'm going to just put that down because what you said is very important. I know that we have a diaspora all over, and this should not, in fact, be contained and restricted to our youth who are, within Africa, but they can be anywhere to join in. Thank you for sharing that, Doctor.
Yeah.
So, on that note, is there any takeaways, any last few thoughts of advice that you have for potential students coming in?
What I would say is be confident, believe in yourself. Just know that you can do it. Once someone has done it before, you can do it. And even if someone has not done it, you can always be the first person to do it. And there's nothing that when you set your mind to, you cannot achieve.
How wonderful. I've got to banner that up right now. This seems to be a theme that's coming up a lot for me through these conversations. I'm seeing it everywhere. So maybe there's a message for me as well in this. You must know, Doc, that I'm planning to also participate in your program. I think there's a
Great.
lot that I will be learning on behalf of Pascal. Thank you so much for joining us and for sending your love. I can see your comment. He says it's very insightful. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this for the Chrysalis. So thank you so much, Dr. Kwame, for your time, for sharing your wisdom. And, we are very excited about your program. For all of you looking and watching in, if you're a student, look out for the registration link on LinkedIn as well as on YouTube. And we look forward to having you in the program. Thank you so much and see you soon.
All right. Thank you, Caroline, for having me. It's been a great joy to be here.
Thank you, Dr. Kwame.